Love being yourself, and it's gonna be roadblocks, it's gonna be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn how to move on from things that don't serve you well, and find your journey, respect your journey, and love it.
I was hungry by myself and tomorrow came. I like me, so I like me that much.
Yeah. Look. And hello, I'm the narrator. And put yourself in two different stories. One has a life, a wife, and a kid, and a stable job to support all his dreams and win all again. And the other lives a life of regret, hate, and despair. He's been waiting for the day when his life will come to an end. Which one are you? Will you pick and choose the man who has it all? Cause you wouldn't dare to choose a man who needs a car. From a lifeline, support cash, you wouldn't choose that man. I know your thoughts, but it's two different seas between the haves and not. You wouldn't choose to be him. I used to be them. A man who came from nothing, picking pieces up, can't hope to see more loving. You would rather be a man who has the very most to lose. I tell you that it is the poor man you should choose.
I was hungry.
What's good, people? It's your boy Double O. I'm back with another one. It's crazy. We have to talk about NBA 2K26 reveal, Microsoft Power Move, and Battlefield 6 open beta. Man, today has been crazy. I've been trying to do this video for like 4 times already and been getting straight, issues. It's your boy Double O. I'm back with another one. But anywho, talk about NBA 2K. All right, audio good. So, all right, man. So 2K. Oh, look at with sidebar. Y'all see the animated character right there? Yeah, that's all me. Dude, get out here and use this open AI, bro. Like real talk. Go check it out. I'm learning about AI and ChatGTP in many ways than one, bro. I'm talking about from coding video games to applications to websites. Bro, get out here. The turning of the tides is right now. Like, I'm just gonna give y'all just help you out. Like, yo, this is like the infant stage of YouTube. Get out here, learn something. Skies is the limits. You got people making comic books. Any idea that you had and you didn't have a team or resources to get it done, all you need now is time, a computer, and an imagination, bro, and go crazy. So that's what I just was working, when I'm doing my not working or whatever, not on stream, I'm figuring stuff out. So I figured finally got it to actually move around. My next move is to get this rig so I can do actual live commentary with the character. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is all inspiration from Gorillaz, the music group. Like I said, I was always fascinated with them, how they used to do animation and then they put it in real time and do their music videos. Now with the tools, just a simple laptop and a microphone, I'm able to do this. So just a little, you know what I'm saying? Just to let y'all know I'm out here cooking. You feel me? XX Gaming, what's good, bro? What's going on? So I'm gonna touch on the 2K situation real quick because it just dropped a lot of information. A lot of information just dropped, and it just shows that 2K been doing their thing. Some things I like, some things I didn't like from the reveal. I did a video, but I wasn't able to like get everything set up because I had the time zone messed up. So while I was in the process of hooking this up, they was starting, so I just clicked the button. But we got a little bit more structure now. So NBA 2K reveal has dropped. We talk about they added new motion engine and more. So enhanced rhythm shooting, mechanics, etc. So I'm gonna check the video out so I can give you a little brief. An NBA 2K gameplay reveal has arrived, showing off the new motion engine and enhanced rhythm shooting mechanics and much more, all powered by Pro Play technology. So right now we about to get Pro Play 2.0 or 1.5, however you want to cook it up in your mind. That's what we about to get. Me personally, I actually love and embrace the pro play because for some reason people think that 2K just been stagnant and it's just been like a season release, and it's far from the truth. Like this 2K with pro play alone in 2K25 was a drastic change, even with the feel, the movement of the characters, and etc. Mainly due to the fact that 2K they not completely removing themselves from mocap, but they are like limiting and shortening their dependence on mocap. And what you're getting is real player movement in the game, real simulation of NBA players' movement. So at first, just some boring side of the aspect of developing a video game. In these situations, the NBA advances and evolves season after season. You'll have one player come out the blue and do a crazy move in the video in the NBA, and 2K wouldn't be able to mimic or add that feature into the game until either a hard update, which took months for them to do, or they will have to wait until the next game next season to actually start development into the game. Case in point would be the Euro step. It took 2K almost close to two Ks to drop Euro steps into the game. And they made it like, oh, this is a great feature added. And it's like, we already seen Tony Parker and them doing the Euro, and then by the time they got it, other NBA players had their own variation of the Euro step. So they couldn't mimic and constantly have the NBA player come in and do mocap to mimic the moves into the video game. Now, with Pro Play, they're able to take in-game footage like that's going on in the NBA currently, take that clip and mocap it into the actual game itself without the person actually being there. And then with Pro Play, it mimics it into the game. It also helps with the movement with characters. So case in point would be like everybody don't move like Kevin Durant at 6'10". I don't care. They say he was at 6'9". KD is 6'10". Everybody doesn't move like KD. Everybody doesn't move like Paul George when it comes to the swiftiness and being able to put the ball on the floor as a big. So it helps with the variations of characters and stuff. So what's good, Black Lightning? He said, I'll buy 2K when they let you choke out players like Trey. Hey, that would be a dope feature, though. They act like fights don't actually happen in 2K, but that's another whole conversation. But now with Pro Play 2.0, they're adding new mechanics to it. Like I said, the enhanced motion engine and as well as rhythm shooting. Another great feature with it from what I've seen and like I was anticipating what was going to happen. The players' ability to their foot planning in the game is 1,000% better now. I'm talking about to the point where it mimics real players, even on ball or off ball. Pro Play 2 focus mainly was on ball, with Pro Play 2.0 or 1.5, the update coming into NBA 2K6. They also implemented with off ball movement as well, even more. So we're gonna check out the trailer on this real quick. And this is my live reaction, semi-live reaction. So hold on, let me make sure the audio is good, cause man, today has been wonky right now when it comes to me. Yep, guess a little, it ain't even on here. I'm glad I checked it out before I hit the button. Okay, there you go. All right, y'all. Let me see. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, I probably got to keep it mini. I don't want to mess up the video footage. Look, I don't want to mess up the footage. But here you go.
What's up, y'all? Tyrese Halliburton here with NBA 2K gameplay director Mike Wang to break down this year's new gameplay features in 2K26. Today, we'll discuss the new Pro Play motion engine, enhanced rhythm shooting, and other advanced controls. Now let's get...
Ooh, bruh, did y'all see Ant-Man Euro? Did you see Ant-Man Euro? Bro, that's what I'm talking, because Ant-Man last year, this season that just passed, he just started doing this crazy Euro step move where it's like, usually the Euro step was really fast because like you didn't want to confuse or get messed up with a foul. I mean, not a foul, but a travel. So you would do the Euro step really quick, like boom, boom, and catch the defender off guard. Now they're slowing down their motion on their gather that'll force a person to either, you know what I'm saying, jump into you with a foul or reach out of position, and then they put the ball up. The first time I've seen people do this was Kai Jones when he was on the Hornets. And now everybody is implementing their own style of this new Euro step. It's still a Euro step, it's just more like control paced, which is insane. But this is where we at in the NBA. They are doing some overly animated stuff when it comes to just basketball in general right now. But, you know, this is part of the game evolving and where we at right now when it comes to the game of the NBA. Some like it, some don't. My personal opinion is, bro, I don't like it, but so
This year, ProPlay technology than ever before through advanced options on offense and all new dynamic 26. ProPlay powers the all new dynamic
placing a feet.
technology. Dynamic lower body players' legs and feet games and ensure that players
Pause that because this is a great to the game of 2K. Landing of the player's feet. You can actually now fake a person. When you seen like what Rose just did, DeRozan just did with his feet placed in position. He shifted over, he moved his shoulder, and then you see them dip back with a misdirection and with a fade that came back there. You know that boy is a mid-range monster. So it's like those type of implements in 2K is very much needed. It's going into the simulation world, but I learned something on the other part of the video that they didn't broadcast that's stopping this from going to the next level, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go ahead and go through the video. I'm gonna stop pressing and pausing. Let's just go through the video.
and cut realistically. This is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21, offering a fresh and authentic feeling every time you step on the court.
And that's the same year I made it to the league. It's wild to see how gameplay's evolved the last couple of years.
Players who take advantage of the rhythm shooting mechanic will notice more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. We really wanted to emphasize creating a skill-based environment in 2K26 that blends authenticity with competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to moves in the post?
Big men in NBA 2K26 will now be able to leverage all new signature go-to post shots by holding up on the shot stick while in the post. Players can lean into a host of new moves, including shimmy floaters, baby hooks, and up and unders. Playing with your back to the basket is a lost art, but those who are able to master it can take advantage in the paint. In previous versions of NBA 2K, layups were limited by a single signature layup package, but this year, players can draw inspiration from around the league to mix and match standard layups, floaters, quick scoops, euro steps, hop steps,
Ooh.
and spins, and determine exactly how they want to finish around the rim.
Okay, hold on. I had to pause there for two reasons in this situation. One, the new post moves is just rhythm shooting in the post form. Is it a dope feature? Yes, definitely. If you know how to time it well, rhythm shooting was pretty good. If you knew how to dribble amongst the pick and roll aspect of the game, it was great for my career. If you was very good, it was very good and effective in the rec, but I didn't see a lot of people use it. Personally, I didn't see a lot of people using it. When it came to this new one with this whole the layup package, this is really needed. What they just showed is very important, very crucial, because it was times where you would, make your my career, your my player, whatever, you go in and you had to hit a certain threshold to get a certain player's layup package. And then when you got that layup package, everything in that layup package you didn't want. You know what I'm saying? It was, some of the stuff was very questionable. Like for instance, for me, when I play point guard, I love to get D Rose layup package because he got the nice hop step. He cuffed the ball while you driving downhill. You do the hop step. He cuffed the ball in, and then when by the time he landed his feet, it was perfect timing to release it. But his drive with his left hand on the right hand, it was easily blockable. Whereas I would have wanted to go Kyrie Irving. Now you can mix and match, which is perfect. It's like, okay, cool. Let me be able to get D Rose drop step, but I want to get Kyrie Irving's layup package when it goes off of bank shots, or his Trae Young's floater. You know what I'm saying? Key or Steph Curry's floater. Both of them was effective, especially when you're a time. Oh my God, they was crazy. But this being able to customize that like you do the dunk packages, great add-on, fire add-on to the game. The post game with the rhythm. I already know people finna OD. They gonna make them a post player that's got 99 post skills, and then he just gonna go crazy on the 1v1 court. But a lot of people don't do the phase. A lot of people don't do the protect the ball behind get it back and back down and do your phase or your drops. It's crazy to me that they don't. And last year 2K really like enhanced it when it comes to the post moves, but a lot of people don't use it. Me, I use it. My point guards got at least about 70 on the phase, and it's effective, especially when you do the spin off the back on the little point guards. Man, yeah, bro, you gotta have a weapon. You gotta be a Swiss Army knife when it comes to 2K.
2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion captured animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of authentic movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has also been redesigned so that it's easier to put a body on shooters when they're finishing around the rim and make body-to-body contact in the air. And bigs will feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint.
Now, I gotta say something on this one too, because again, NBA 2K26 is starting to feel like the Swiss Army knife for gaming right now when it comes to the massive improvements. When it came to predicting the outcome of a game or a finish at the rim, 2K had it really bad. You can have a finisher with over a Hall of Fame posterizer, and when you go into the lane to try to dunk on somebody, for whatever reason, they would get taken out of their dunk. Even if you use the dunk stick, which I don't agree with because of the meter mess, but whatever. You do the dunk stick and still they'll knock you out of your dunk, and you'll end up forcing you to do a crazy layup or something insane with the ball, lose the ball, whatever. Um, this with the physicality, people, uh, from what I know, a lot of people don't even put interior defense up on their bills. It's very seldom that you find people that honor the game and actually put something on interior, but they always get stops in the games. I have a point guard right now that only got 34 interior, but in certain drive points, I actually get stops. I get bumps. I can just lift my hands up, and I've seen finishers that had driving finisher above 86 get altered due to me being in the paint. So I'm kind of, hopefully they blending this up and it actually fixes this issue. It looked like it does, especially with the bigs and the power forwards. And you're going to rely heavily on your layup or your floaters at this point. That's why I like 2K, because they have a counter for a counter. It's just about how you utilize the counters, or how do you utilize it to your advantage in these situations. And bro, you can't beat that in a good basketball game at all. So let me check this last part out.
Last but not least, we've added some new offensive controls to give players a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. Ball handlers can now shield themselves from steals by reacting with the Quick Protect mechanic. The introduction of Quick Protect will bring more balance and lead to more skill-based outcomes. You can even use it to put defenders in jail, just like Luka and other strong guards love to do. For spot-up shooters, you can use the new Quick Shot feature by holding the left trigger on catch-and-shoot shots. This will skip the dip and allow you to get your shots off super quick like Klay Thompson. Slashers now have access to slow-motion Euro step gathers, something we've been seeing a lot of in the league lately with players like yourself and Ant. This will help you navigate through the paint and around defenders by decelerating to throw defenders off and create space with a slow-mo finish. And finally, another highly requested feature is the ability to force rat passes, which will allow you to feed the corner three or thread the needle to a cutting teammate and avoid defenders playing the passing lanes.
Dude, y'all do not know how important this is right here, what they just said. He said them post moves would be it said, Black Lightning said my post moves would be elbow and chest stomps. Whatever, fool. Nah, what they said with the Euro is very important, because what they're doing is this. In previous 2Ks, we had an issue where when you go into the lane to do a Euro or a layup or that matter, people really defender-wise wasn't even really defending. They just jump. They just jumping automatically, whatever, and they'll get a contest. Or they'll put their hands up, and in some cases, depending on the situation, the outcome, they could get a stop or they wouldn't get a stop. This right now is saying we're rewarding you for timing. You're going to have to be able to time, like, okay, I see that they about to do this Ant-Man, because you know that's the problem with 2K also. Everybody runs to the package that everybody is using because they think that it's effective. The thing about that is this: if you're a smart individual and you study the game, you will learn the patterns to figure out when they're about to use it. Like, okay, he about to do this Ant-Man gather. I know I got, instead of me jumping, I need to lift my hands up and I can defend it better. I need to wait a little bit longer, just a second or two longer, and I'm able to contest it and block it because I timed it right. That's the thing about this game. It's a cat and mouse game when you should and should not use something, which is perfect in this matter. Also, with the whole gathering and the step backs, that's another thing that needs to be timed to be efficient. And you can't be a lackadaisious player and not have any of your defense up. Another thing, the Ray Allen corner, the rhythm shooting aspect. We needed this. 1,010% is in the game now. If you hold LT, your player actually set his feet, have his hands up, and ready to shoot. The problem was you would have to wait like a split second for set shot to come through, and then you able to pull and shoot. Within that second, the defender can close in. Now it's instantly on some Ray Allen type of situation where you pass that ball, you already in shooting stands, you pulling up, you ready to go. I love that. Secondly, the wrap passes, thank God they put this in there. I don't know how many times it's been a situation where you did a simple pass off the baseline and the ball just hit the daggone back part of the rim. Every time it went out of bounds, and it was a costly turnover for an unnecessary reason. And me personally, I have guards and bills that have 91 pass accuracy, and you're telling me I can't do a cross court, I mean over the on the opposite side pass, like I can't do that, a cross court pass. I can't do that with a 91 pass accuracy. You're insane. Why every time I'm dishing this ball off, it's hitting the side of the rim as if my player got on, uh, don't have vision to get the ball to the defender correctly. So it's good that they doing the wrap passes now. Hopefully it's gonna be a whole lot more accurate. Hopefully they do just like they did with the custom layups, we can get a custom passing also, because LaMelo Ball, don't get me wrong, LaMelo Ball pass accuracy is fire. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the street ball aspect, he got some nice flick passes. But I also like to have uh Hollisberg's ability to do his bounce passes, or get Kyrie's over the head passes. Like, he's real wicked too with the behind the back passes. That's what I'm saying. They should, if you're going to dynamic one aspect, you need to dynamic both aspects. Do the custom dribbles as well as custom custom layups, do custom passing as well. They didn't say that it's in the game or not, but hopefully they implement that, because that would be nice. Check out NBA Bounce. I don't know what that is. Is this something on YouTube? Black Lightning?
As a big-time 2K fan, I can't wait to get my hands on 2K26 and experience these all-new features for myself.
Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has taken a giant leap forward with more personalization and variety, faster pace, and more skill-based gameplay.
Now, I got to talk about my concerns, because everything wasn't gravy with what they said. I'm not even going to hold you. Everything was not gravy. Lastly, the last feature that I did like was the protecting the ball situation, because that was another thing that was going on in 2K where 2K24, I don't think I heard a lot of it happening in 2K25, where they would crab the defender, where they just flicking the controller to the point where the defender will end up behind the player, and then it leads to an open shot. Like, they able to pull in their face and just with no consequence or nothing. I want consequence for piss poor basketball dribbling skills. That's what I want. I'm glad that they're putting more physics to the actual ball itself, because what was going on was these people, they didn't know how to really dribble the ball. They'd just be dribbling side to side, side to side, and as a defender, you're timing the actual steal, but they're not giving it to you. And what had happened was your defender would reach out of position, and on the next dribble move that he do, you'll end up being on the side or behind them, and you can't recover. And they'll just pull in your face. It's a clear and open window. It's an easy shot. Them adding this protect the ball feature let me know that, hey, it is way more consequences for you dribbling in front of someone's face, and you're expecting the unpluckable badge to get you out of the situations. That's what I'm seeing right now. hopefully I can't wait to see the actual game to see what I'm saying is true or not. But it looks like that's the case right now, where you can actually protect yourself when dribbling the ball if a defender is reaching out of crazy. Hopefully, also with me doing this protection with LT, I think it's with LT when you can protect the ball. If I protect the ball correctly, I should be able to knock his hand out the way and get a boost towards the lane. You get what I'm saying? So they do it in the NBA. So when a person is reaching, they hit it, they able to speed boost past the person on the left or the right side, and go downhill to a dunk or layup pass, whatever you're gonna do in that position. The game is sounding on fire. Like the game sound like they did a lot. Now I got to go to my negatives. I didn't hear nothing about custom passing. They said something about custom layups. I didn't hear anything about custom passing. The dunk meter is back. If you know me, you know I hate the dunk meter. I swear I hate the dunk meter. The dunk meter is some of the most irrelevant thing that's in the game right now. Me personally, I want the game to be harder. I want the game to be more challenging. Let me say not harder. I want the game to be more challenging to the point where the X button is gone, X steals is gone. You have to use the right stick for your shooting, dynamic left right stick. You know what I'm saying? You got to pull to the left to do a left hand layup, pull to the right to do a right hand layup. Your shooting all depends on the rhythm of how you flick it up and down, etc. When it comes to the steals, left hand, right hand, if you're a left hand person, you're stronger on your steals. Right hand person, you're weaker. No badge should determine if you get a steal or a shot. That's what I want on a simulation. When it comes to this dunk meter mess, it is some of the dumbest thing ever. And now, because they didn't put it in the actual video, I heard this on the back end of things. They have the alley-oop feature is not just double tapping Y from the passer perspective, and then the dunker, you just time the meter and hit X and he get the dunk. Now they changed it up where it's a sequence. It's like a quick time event. It can be the square button, it can be the X button, it can be the B. I don't like that feature. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't like it. It sounds bro, this is not a quick time event. This is not no daggone action video game slasher. Like, no, it should be simple, no meter. I time when the ball is in the air, I'm timing it the moment that player gets that ball in his hand. I'm able to time a flick of the of the right stick while I'm gathering in the air, or just keep it with the X button on that. I timed it perfectly that the ball is in the player's hand, execute with the X button, dunk. If I don't hit that X button on time with no action sequence on there, I don't need a meter for that. That's me paying attention to the video game. I don't get the end results. And then depending on the defender being in the paint, etc., it counts toward the effectiveness of that shot going in or that dunk going in or getting blocked. That's what should happen. They also said that they have a new feature with rebounding where if you time the rebounding correctly, you get a boost, you get a stat bump on your player for rebounding. They did not say anything about putback dunks on that same matter. I should be able to get a bump or a boost when I time my putback dunk. You know what I'm saying? Not just on the rebound aspect, but also on the putback dunk. Because it's just a one button motion, drive to the rim, I timed it, boom. They need, or it could be a YX, whatever. It's just certain things, like they're getting right with certain things and then they're declining back. You're still trying to cater to another group of audience of people. They have not. I seen the new couple camera angles, brand new. I don't know, and I don't like. Also, lastly, I don't like. Currently, I just don't like it. Maybe I'll be different when I get the game in my hand and I can check it out and see. But they said they increased the speed of the game. I don't think the game had a speed problem. I think the game personally had, you guys need to open up the courts and make the courts wider. When I'm driving and I get past my defender, bro, they are not in, no one was really playing um zone. I ran to very few people that ran zone. And I get past the defender, and by the time I can't even hit the corner past my defender. You know what I'm saying? On the shoulder of him, another defender is already right there in my space, ready to tap the X button to get a steal. Widen up the courts, bro. Just space out the courts, open up the courts like they need to be, make the players the size that they need to be, because I found out they also, in the aspect of not actually expanding the courts, they made the characters taller, which became an issue. Speeding up the game, I don't know if that's going to be beneficial or not. I just gotta wait and see. I'm not gonna use it as a negative right now for the game as well. It's questionable for me as of right now how that's going to turn out. But that's what I got on 2K. They got another reveal coming on the 4th of August. And we'll be back talking to it and chopping up and seeing what we seen from there. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Battlefield real quick, because again, Battlefield been battlefielding, bruh. So if you haven't been looking around, I don't know if they didn't uplift the embargo or they just said, hey, we need the publicity, so let them go ahead and just show gameplay of the game. But Battlefield has opened the floodgates and people have been enjoying the game. I've been enjoying what I've been seeing, from the destructible environments to the actual shooting in the game. The pacing is on point. We are back to close quarter combat, which I've been asking for Battlefield for a very long time. The vector, the fire rate on the vector is insane from what I've seen. We are actually going to get an open beta, because unfortunately I wasn't able to get in the closed beta to give my opinion, but I will be in the open beta to openly give my opinion and feedback on what I've been seeing. This footage is from something I gathered from YouTube. It's a lot of footage out there showing off the destructible environments, the new revive mode where you can actually drag a player that's down into cover to revive them. And they also have a first person roll tactic, which I'm not a fan of right now, but I gotta see how it is. And hopefully I'm able to shoot the person while they doing this dumb move and penalize them for tucking and rolling in front of me. But all in all, the game looked fire. The visuals is there. This is what, from what I've been hearing, a lot of the Battlefield fans have been asking for this and this alone. And EA finally answered. You know what I'm saying? It ain't bad company, but it's a fire game nonetheless. And with COD doing what it's doing with like the whole skins, and they're going the Fortnite route, I think this is gonna be a breath of fresh air for a lot of people that just want to play a good military shooter game. And Battlefield going to, hopefully, deliver in this aspect. For me, I'm gonna buy just the basic one this time, because last time I bought the over like 120, and the last game let me down tremendously. So I learned from it. I'm gonna get the basic, and we're gonna go from there when it comes to Battlefield 6. I will be hopefully doing a live stream that day of the game as well, so I can get my content off of it. So let me know in the comment section, y'all gonna be playing Battlefield 6 on open beta. All right, so last but not least, man, last but not least. Hold on, no. Last but not least, we gotta talk about it, cause they was hating on the guys. They was hating on them boys, good old Microsoft. They was like, oh, they trash. They not getting no money on. They about to lead the gaming industry. They can't get a great Metacritic score to save their lives. All the great, wonderful news that they were saying, right? And then, of course, lo and behold, like always, year in, year out, since Game Pass has been around, again, it's a service that has not been growing, a service that is is not beneficial to developers. What else have they said? They just giving away trash games. It's welfare gaming at its best. All of the great news, the BS that they gave people about games and services and Game Pass, once again was all false. Game Pass has been killing it year in and year out. It literally says Xbox content and service revenue is up 13% year on year. Microsoft was the top publisher on Xbox and PlayStation in quarter 2024. I mean, yeah, I said 2024. Quarter 4 of 2025. These are the same. So make this make sense, man. I need somebody to make this make sense, because I told these guys, yo, Game Pass is doing numbers. Y'all, yeah, they not giving y'all the numbers that y'all want. Whatever, nobody cares. But this company is going on the ops block and taking their things and making them Xbox lovers. They're making them Xbox game lovers. They're killing all of the bad negativity that Xbox received when it comes to their games not being the quality, their games being trash, etc. Someone got to make this make sense. I was told that Microsoft was going third party because they need help for their games to sell. They need Sony to get their games to sell. That's how bad their games are, because Microsoft gamers don't buy games. We heard the narratives. We didn't heard it through and through. But how in the world did these Xbox games go onto PlayStation platform and chart like it did? Make it make sense, dog. Make it make sense. It says Microsoft has released its financial results for quarter 4 of its financial year of 2025, showing solid growth in gaming revenue, Xbox content, and services. We keep saying that. The hardware took a dip. I would say that now. It's been taking a dip. And again, Phil Spencer and them told it and said it what it was. Our hardware is not selling like we would want it to. And now it also is down even more. I believe they said it was down 25%. But our gaming services, remind you, this console has been around for 5 years. Going on 5 years, if not 5 years. And, the people that bought the console has bought the console. Don't get it wrong. But the software, the games, the content that carries the box, oh, brother, we up double digits percentage-wise. We're up double digit percentage-wise. On game, I got to say it 3 more times, like Dr. We are up double digits percentage-wise. Amen. Let the church say game, cuz. It said for the 3 months ending June 30th for 2025, revenue, 76.4 billion, up 18% year on year. 18%. Net increase, 27.2 billion, up 24%. We ain't talking about no fives, no threes, no twos, no ones. We ain't talking negative. We talking year on year growth, 24, 18%. And lastly, more personal computing, including Xbox revenue, 13.5 billion, up 9% year on year. We ain't talking negatives. Cause like I said, if how they was talking about Xbox on the internet, you would have thought that they wasn't making not one profit whatsoever, not a red cent. They're closing down studios. Game companies are getting fired. AI is taking over because they can't make no money. How y'all was talking like, bruh, the walls was closing in on Microsoft, and it's farther from the truth from these numbers. When bro, man lie, woman lie, numbers don't lie, bro. You can't fake the numbers. He said it was a strong close to what Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella called during the earning call a record financial year for the company. He said this is largely due to Microsoft Cloud services. We closed out the financial year with a strong quarter highlighted by Microsoft Cloud revenue reaching 46.7 billion. We talking the B. We ain't talking no M's. We in the B's, bro. Up 27%. Up 25 in constant currency. Year over year. Nigga, said Amy Hood, Executive Vice President and CFO of Microsoft. Like, dude, 25% concurrently, 46.7 billion. This all cute. Let's get back to the gaming part. Here, go right here. Gaming revenue also continued to grow. It didn't decline. It didn't de-escalate. It didn't fall short of. It continued to grow. Listen to the words that are coming out of my said mouth. Gaming revenue also continues to grow. Up 10% double digit year on year. While Microsoft content and service revenue is up 13% year over year, Hood state that the growth is driven by better than expected performance from first party content and Xbox Game Pass. Let me highlight that for the niggas in the back that cannot see. Let's talk about it. Let me talk about it. I'm gonna say it one more time. Gaming revenue also continues to grow up 10% year on year, while Xbox content and services revenue is up 13% year on year. Hood state the growth is driven by better than expected performance from first party content in Game Pass. I thought this company was dead. They didn't need Microsoft. Microsoft wasn't making no bread whatsoever. They wanted to fire Phil. How can you fire somebody that created something that's making profit? I thought it was no profit. But the numbers is saying differently. I thought the janitor from the back of the yard that was happened to be mopping the floor with the fly on the wall heard that Microsoft was failing. What happened to that man? Where is he at now? I need to know. The insider that was in the insider, that was the insider, who insided told that Microsoft was failing. Where he at? What he need to explain something, because my eyes ain't deceiving me. And one more time, it says gaming revenue also continue to grow. It said it growed. It continued. So what happened to the previous years when it was failing? How did it continue to grow when it was failing in the past years? The world want to know. While Xbox content and services revenue is up 13%, Hood state the growth is driven by better than expected performance from first party content. I didn't know Microsoft had first party content. I thought they was third party. I thought Microsoft was a third party publisher. They was third party. Make it make sense. In Xbox Game Pass, Nadala also revealed that Microsoft is the top publisher on Xbox and PlayStation this quarter following the launch of Forza 5 Oblivion Remastered on the PS5. Come on, man. A 5-year-old game, and I don't even know how old Oblivion is, charted top, made them top publisher, a jack of all trades that make money with many, just destroyed them with a 5-year-old game in Oblivion that's been out for God knows how long. Make it make sense. Earlier this week, we reported that 6 of PlayStation 10 biggest seller games in quarter 2 of 2025 were published by Microsoft, with Indiana Jones in the Great Circle, Minecraft, Doom the Dark Age, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Forza 5, and Oblivion 6 aimed among the top sellers on the PlayStation console. Them niggas love us. They hate us in public, but they love us in they love us in private. They want to be us so bad. These are the same guys that been trying to ridicule and shame you for enjoying yourself with Microsoft games for years. The moment it goes on their platform of choice, these niggas turn trick. Earlier this week, we reported that 6 of the hold on, I already read that. I don't even want to. You know what? Nah, fuck that. We reading it again. Fuck that. Earlier this week, we reported that 6 of PlayStation 10 biggest selling games in quarter 2 of 2025 were published by Microsoft, with Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, Minecraft, Doom the Dark Ages, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Forza Horizon 5, and Oblivion Remastered among the top sellers of PlayStation consoles. So they went out there and bought a console. If they didn't already have a console, they went and invested in Microsoft and bought their games over playing Astro Bot, over playing Last of Us, over playing Days Gone, over playing Ghost of Tuna. They decided on that quarter of 2025 that Microsoft was the place to be to play their games. Lord have mercy. Nadala went on to explain that 50 million players played Call of Duty Black Ops 6, with total hours surpassing 2 billion. I thought Call of Duty was dead. They did surpass 2 billion playing time hours. You know how much time that is? Because you got to understand, it's all about where you spend your time at now. You can buy what you want to buy, but it's about where you spend your time. Yeah, I done bought my girl a McDonald's meal, but I'm at my side chick house all the time eating steak and dinner. It's different when it becomes time. Everybody know how precious time is. And they willing to invest over 2 billion hours in the battlefield. Call of Duty, which was a failing company. Last time I checked, they said Call of Duty wasn't doing as good as Call of Duty should be doing. But now we got 2 billion people playing Call of Duty. maybe guess they was at the menu screen. Nobody was actually playing the game. You know how they come up with these excuses. Anywho, while Microsoft didn't divide too deeply into Game Pass details, Nadella revealed that subscription service annual revenue was nearly 5 billion for the first time. 5 niggas. Do y'all not understand what that 5 billion? So what happened to the previous years when it was selling? Brother, Nadella, not to dollar, Nadella revealed the subscription service annual revenue was nearly 5 billion. Come on, bruh. What are we doing here? You heard about PlayStation for email and PlayStation to stop the multiplayer. You know what, Black Lightning, I heard it, but I thought it was false. Like I thought it was some I ain't think it was real. Cause bro, right now when it comes to social media, it's hard to point out what's real and what's fake right now. But this right here, you can't fake this. We sat down with the investors, the people that put the real money on up, and we told it what it was, and we couldn't shake the funk with this. Cause guess what? We dropped this content and we growing. You know what I'm saying? We expanding. We didn't took over a whole nother block. And guess what? I showed you we took over a whole nother block. Cause look at Forza Horizon and all them, boy. Call of Duty is up at 2 billion hours playing time. We done hit you with a 9% growth in Game Pass alone. We double digit in games and services inscription based year in, year out. What nigga, that was only a 5-year-old game. Just imagine what's gonna happen when we start doing, the simple games that make sense. We still ain't gave them Halo Master Chief Collection, some old joints.